I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day. He's fat. I thought, did you start training already?
Hey, Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas.
I'm better. I'm better.
No,
and I'm gonna end you quicker than he did. And you'll remember that forever. You started me off. I appreciate that, Mike. I love you. I love you. Like a father loves his son, but I must discipline you. You're going down, old man.
Okay, I love you too.
The boxing world is no stranger to drama and intrigue, but recent developments have taken the sport's theatricality to unprecedented heights. In a move that has left fans and pundits alike scratching their heads, rumors have begun to swirl that Jake Paul, the brash YouTube star turned professional boxer, is faking an injury to avoid a highly anticipated bout with the legendary Mike Tyson. This shocking allegation has ignited a firestorm of controversy and speculation, putting Paul's credibility and fighting spirit under intense scrutiny. Jake Paul has always been a polarizing figure in boxing. His rapid rise from social media celebrity to professional fighter has been marked by a series of high-profile victories that have both impressed and infuriated traditional boxing fans. Yet, as talk of a showdown with Tyson began to gather steam, Paul's announcement of a supposed injury has cast a shadow over his ambitions. The timing of this injury, coming just as negotiations for the fight were reaching a critical stage, has led many to question its authenticity. There's no way I'm faking anything, Paul declared in a recent press conference. Injuries are part of the sport, and anyone who doubts my dedication doesn't know what it takes to train at this level. I respect Mike Tyson, but my health comes first. Despite his protests, skepticism abounds. Critics argue that Paul's injury could be a convenient excuse to sidestep a fight that many believe he has little chance of winning. The speculation intensified when footage of Mike Tyson's latest training sessions surfaced online. At 57, Tyson is a force to be reckoned with, moving with a speed and ferocity that belie his age. Watching Tyson hit the pads and spar with his trademark intensity, it's easy to understand why he remains one of the most feared figures in boxing. I'm in the best shape of my life, Tyson said in a recent interview. I've never stopped loving this sport, and I just
don't know what's not to like. Oh, okay, the guy's 57 years old, but he's a former undisputed world heavyweight king, and one guy plays computers for a living, and he's come to boxing about a year ago, so pretty even match.
You always have to respect it, right? They come up in terms of like...
Yeah. Listen, from being a kid on the Disney Channel to fighting Mike Tyson, who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, fair enough.
You know. It's like you getting an offer to fight Prince Nassim Hamed.
It's not me getting an offer to sit here with you in the Manchester United dugout, Tyson.
Who doesn't want to do it? Do you know what I mean?
What do you think about Jake Paul? Do you think, because coming from a social media background...
Honestly, I think like Jake Paul, he's cool.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
I really, really do like him, man. I'm not hating on Jake Paul at all. Like, you know, people are like, oh, he's funny. Listen, the only thing that I'm probably critical towards Jake Paul of, you're a boxer who's fighting UFC fighters. In a boxing ring. In a boxing ring. If he fought a UFC fighter in a UFC ring, he'd probably get knocked out. Yeah. Did he try to fight a boxer? He did in Tommy Fury. But Tommy Fury really... Yeah. The only thing that...
his household name is what?
His brother.
Listen, the only reason that Tommy Fury is Tommy Fury because of Tyson Fury.
100%. Yeah.
Like, he's famous for being on a TV show. But hey, he's got a professional boxing record. What do I think about... You know, the Paul brothers, I think, man, they're bringing a lot of attention to the sport of boxing.
I think it's a good thing as well.
Yeah, they're bringing a lot of attention to the sport of boxing. They're bringing eyes that were never there. And let me tell you something, they're creating paydays for people who would have never earned that money.
I feel like I have a lot more to give. Against this backdrop, Paul's injury announcement seems all the more suspect. Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas weighed in on the controversy, stating, Jake Paul is a smart promoter. He knows how to generate buzz, but this feels different. If he's really injured, he should provide some proof. Otherwise, it just looks like he's ducking Tyson. Adding to the drama are the comments from Tyson himself. I've seen a lot in my time, Tyson remarked when asked about Paul's injury. If he's hurt, but if he's not, well, the ring doesn't lie. You can only hide from the truth for so long. Tyson's Tyson's words carry the weight of experience, further casting doubt on Paul's claims. As the boxing community continues to debate the legitimacy of Paul's injury, the potential fight between him and Tyson remains in limbo. Fans are left wondering if they will ever see the young upstart face off against the seasoned veteran. The contrast between Paul's unorthodox rise and Tyson's legendary career makes for a compelling narrative, one that could define both fighters' legacies. In the meantime, Paul faces an uphill battle to restore his credibility. His injury announcement, whether genuine or not, has put him in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. He must now navigate the murky waters of public opinion, proving his dedication to the sport while managing the expectations and doubts that have been cast upon him. The potential clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, once seen as a fascinating spectacle, is now clouded by controversy. The boxing world watches with bated breath, awaiting the next chapter in this unfolding drama. Will Paul step up and face Tyson, or will the whispers of a faked injury tarnish his burgeoning career? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the hype and anticipation surrounding this potential fight have reached fever pitch, ensuring that whatever happens next will be etched into boxing history.
The Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight has just been canceled. Here's why. The fight was originally an exhibition match, meaning it will not affect anyone's boxing record, as it was for fun and just a money grab. However, things got serious after Jake disrespected Tyson's daughter. Mike is now pissed and has stated this is now a matter of pride. He went ahead and canceled the exhibition and has turned the fight official, meaning this will affect both fighters' records. Tyson, now unbound by any rules, can unleash his full power and beat the shit out of Jake. However, if Tyson loses this, it will forever be on his record. 50 years from now, when people hear the name Mike Tyson as one of the greatest heavyweights to ever live, they're going to see Jake Paul as his last opponent who KO'd him. It's bad enough his last two opponents were losses, and this was late in his career. This might be a good thing, though, as after nearly 20 years of no professional fighting, we get to see Tyson one last time get a beautiful knockout. That's a good way to end your career, but it is a very risky move. Let me know in the comments who you think will win.
Stakes world of boxing, few matchups have generated as much buzz and anticipation as the potential clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. This unlikely pairing has captivated audiences worldwide, promising a spectacle that pits a brash newcomer against a living legend. However, the dream of seeing these two in the ring has been shattered as Jake Paul officially cancelled their fight, citing various reasons. This decision has not only disappointed fans, but also drawn the ire of Tyson and sparked a flurry of opinions from professional fighters who believe Paul stood no chance against the former heavyweight champion. The story began with mounting excitement as rumors of a fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson started circulating. Jake Paul, known for his audacious persona and surprising success in the ring, seemed to relish the idea of taking on one of boxing's most fearsome figures. However, as negotiations progressed, skepticism grew among boxing professionals and analysts. Many doubted Paul's ability to survive, let alone win, against a fighter of Tyson's caliber. Jake Paul is entertaining, no doubt about that, said former heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis. But when it comes to facing someone like Mike Tyson, it's a completely different ballgame. Tyson's power, experience and sheer ferocity are unmatched. Paul wouldn't stand a chance. This sentiment was echoed by numerous others in the boxing community. Freddie Roach, the legendary trainer, was blunt in his assessment. Tyson might be past his prime, but his skills and instincts are still razor sharp. Jake Paul is not prepared for what Tyson brings to the ring. It would be a one-sided fight. Despite these warnings, the hype continued to build. Tyson, now 57, had shown in recent training footage that he still possessed the speed and power that made him a household name. "I'm ready for this," Tyson said in an interview. "I respect Jake Paul for what he's done, but he has no idea what it's like to face someone like me."
You don't like? No, because the enemy would expose himself. I don't have to know who he is. He'll tell me who he is.
How do you know who he is?
Excuse me?
How do you know who the enemy is?
I'm not clairvoyant or anything, but listen, you could detect your enemies. You could detect them. You feel in the room, your hair rise on your arm. You just know your enemy. You know, at least I do.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Listen, everybody that helps you is not your friend. Everybody you fight is not your enemy. You have to remember that. My mother, I have to decimate her as well. Yeah. This is business. It's just business. Nothing personal.
Well, speaking of Mike Tyson, these people that think that he don't stand a chance against Jake Paul, that like this shouldn't even because he's too old. I was like, I think you're crazy.
Well, they're definitely uninformed.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: he is 57 years old. He will be 58 when they fight. He has had a long fighting career. He has been knocked out by massive men like Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. You know, he's had a lot of blows, and you know it's long past the time where most people ever fight. You know, the only person that ever fought competitively after age 50 is Bernard Hopkins and Archie Moore. Archie Moore did it back in the day.
Foreman was.
I've been in wars. This is my life. The anticipation reached a fever pitch until the shocking announcement that Jake Paul had cancelled the fight. Paul cited concerns over his health and safety, but many saw it as a tactical retreat. Tyson's reaction was immediate and furious. "I'm extremely disappointed," Tyson said. "Jake talked a big game, but when it came time to step up, he backed out. This isn't just about a fight, it's about respect. He disrespected me, and that's something I don't take lightly." Paul's cancellation has sparked widespread debate. Critics argue that Paul realized he was in over his head and found an excuse to avoid an inevitable defeat. "Jake knew he couldn't win," said boxing analyst Max Kellerman. "He's smart enough to understand that facing Tyson isn't like fighting the influencers and retired athletes he's used to. This was a business decision, plain and simple." Despite the controversy, Paul remains defiant. "I make decisions that are best for my career and my health," he said in a statement. "I respect Mike Tyson, but I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I'm not 100% confident. This is about longevity in this sport, not just one fight." As the dust settles, the potential clash that once promised to be a historic event now lies in tatters. Fans are left to wonder what might have been, while Tyson's anger simmers and Paul's reputation takes another hit. The saga serves as a reminder of the unpredictable nature of boxing, where hype and reality often collide with dramatic consequences. In the end, the boxing world moves on, but the tale of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson will linger as a what-if scenario, a tantalizing glimpse of what could have been one of the most talked-about fights in recent history. As both fighters chart their future paths, the shadow of this cancelled bout will undoubtedly loom large, a testament to the fine line between ambition and reality in the world of professional boxing.
Does it being a pro fight add to the nerves at all? What's going on your record?
Yeah, I mean, it makes it real. It makes it super real. It makes it war. And it makes it, you know, he's a killer too. And the fact that he wanted it.
Yeah, why do you think he wanted it? Why would Mike want this?
Sound like he ready to
I think he
smoke
wants
ass.
to end my ass. I think he wants to put me in the dirt and to make a statement to all the boxing that he is and was and all of these things the baddest man on the planet, and that he could still get in there at this age and put down the young buck.
So you guys are
At the end of the day, he's fighting the one fighter that most people feared. And I feel like 58, 27, the age is not a factor. That's a wash, right? Experience level obviously is going to go to Mike Tyson. But Jake's got a screw loose, man. I guarantee you Mike didn't offer it. He offered this to Mike.
Dramatic turn of events that has captivated the boxing world and beyond. The feud between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson has escalated to unprecedented heights. What began as an unlikely but intriguing potential matchup has now descended into a mire of personal attacks and bitter resentment. The latest chapter in this saga has seen Jake Paul mocking Mike Tyson with inflammatory comments about having a sexual relationship with Tyson's daughter, a provocation that has pushed the legendary fighter to the edge. This explosive combination of trash talk and the subsequent cancellation of their anticipated fight has left Tyson furious and the sporting community buzzing with outrage and speculation. The build-up to the potential bout between Jake Paul, the YouTube star turned professional boxer, and Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champion, was filled with excitement and skepticism in equal measure. Fans were eager to see if Paul, known for his brash persona and surprising success in the ring, could hold his own against a seasoned veteran like Tyson. However, as negotiations progressed, Paul's promotional tactics took a dark and disrespectful turn. In a recent livestream, Paul made an outrageous claim saying, "Mike Tyson is living in the past. He's an old man now. And by the way, ask him about his daughter. We've been spending a lot of time together, if you know what I mean." This crude remark was not only a cheap attempt to get under Tyson's skin, but also a blatant disregard for the respect and dignity that should exist between fighters, regardless of the circumstances. Tyson's reaction was swift and fierce. Jake
Paul versus Mike Tyson. What are Joe Egan's thoughts on that fight?
I believe, in his mind, he really believes that he can beat Mike Tyson. That's a fighter's mind, understand? But Jake Paul is a man of courage, and that's an admirable trait to have. It takes a lot of courage to climb into a boxing ring. You play football, you play basketball, you play golf, you play tennis. You don't play boxing.
How do you see the fight going, Joe?
I believe it's an exhibition.
Right.
But there'll be punches exchanged. And all punches hurt. Anybody that tells you that the punches don't hurt is telling lies. I've had enough punches in my time to know how punches hurt.
Do you think there's any chance that Jake Paul could beat Mike? And he could take him by surprise if Mike doesn't take it seriously?
Mike's taking it serious.
Yeah, you can see by the footage, can't you?
Mike's taking it serious.
What's it like being hit by Mike Tyson?
Very, very painful, Theo. Very, very painful. See, if Mike Tyson missed you with a punch, you'd get pneumonia from the draft.
We had the table that was this size at the old studio, and at the new studio I was like, maybe we'll make the table smaller, it'll be more intimate, it'll be closer to the guests. And so we had Mike Tyson in when he was 300 pounds. And he was just eating and having fun and smoking weed. He goes, I don't even work out. He goes, if I work out, it'll excite myself. It'll excite my ego. And then I don't like that person. So he just decided that he was just going to be chill Mike Tyson. And then he got this offer to fight Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
So he gets in insane shape. And the next time I see him, the second podcast we do, Mike now weighs 230 pounds, and he's got these muscles in his forearms. So he's sitting there, and he's a different human. He's so intense that I was like, if this table was closer to him, I would be nervous.
Paul has crossed a line that should never be crossed, Tyson stated in a heated interview. You can say what you want about me, but bringing my family into this is unacceptable. He's a kid playing a man's game, and he's going to learn what happens when you disrespect someone like that. The boxing community was quick to condemn Paul's comments. Prominent figures from the sport expressed their disgust and disappointment. Trash talk is part of boxing, but this is just low, said former champion Evander Holyfield. Paul needs to understand that there are boundaries, and he's clearly crossed them. The situation escalated further when Paul officially cancelled the fight, citing unspecified concerns. Many saw this as a tactical retreat, an attempt to avoid facing the consequences of his reckless words. Tyson, already incensed by Paul's comments about his daughter, was livid. He's not just running from a fight, Tyson said. He's running from the consequences of his own mouth. He can talk all he wants, but when it comes time to back it up, he's nowhere to be found. Jake Paul, in his typical defiant manner, responded by doubling down on his statements and justifying his decision to cancel the fight. I know how to sell fights, and I know how to get into my opponent's head, Paul claimed in a social media post. But there are limits to what I'm willing to risk. Tyson's overreacting because he knows I'm in his head. Despite Paul's bravado, the damage to his reputation is significant. Fans and commentators alike are questioning his maturity and respect for the sport. This isn't just about selling a fight, said boxing analyst Max Kellerman. It's about respect. Paul's comments were not just unprofessional, they were personal attacks that have no place in boxing. The fallout from this controversy has left a lasting impact on both fighters. Tyson's anger and disappointment are palpable, and he remains determined to address the disrespect shown to him and his family. If Jake Paul ever grows up and decides to face me, he'll regret every word he said, Tyson vowed. Until then, he's just another loudmouth who couldn't back it up. As the boxing world processes this dramatic episode, the potential fight that once promised to be a spectacle of skill and showmanship now lies in ruins, overshadowed by personal vendettas and unprofessional conduct. This saga serves as a stark reminder of the importance of respect and integrity in sports, and the fine line between promotion and provocation. The story of Jake Paul and Mike Tyson will be remembered not for the bout that never happened, but for the lessons in humility and respect that emerged from the chaos.
That shows to the market power of Jake Paul. He's just the biggest thing in boxing right now besides the heavyweights. The heavyweights are the only thing bigger than him. The heavyweights and probably Alvarez. That's the only thing bigger than him in boxing. None of those other guys are bigger than him. The lightweights, the welterweights, the middleweights, they're not bigger than him. 100%. He's proved it over and over again that he's the best. Yes, he couldn't help to be the best. He's named after me. He could only be the greatest of all time. Hey, I don't know. I never saw Fury fight, and I think if he was really, I don't think he's gonna be able to beat Jake Paul. No, I don't think no one. Jake Paul he's getting better and better as he fights. And I don't know if they brought him here to lose, so we're going to find out. Somebody's getting knocked out. I don't know who, but somebody's going down, bro. Someone's, has got to go. That's like, I don't know, that's like $45 million now. The time changes, and they're just not making this. Look, Terrence Crawford in the box, he's fighting Aerosmith. He's the best fighter in the world, but he can't draw 5,000 people. So like yourself, it has more to come to being the best. It has to be entertaining. It has to be exciting. The best fighters in the world can't, like I said, they could beat anybody. They could beat anybody in the world, but they can't draw 5,000 tickets. You know, that's because they're not exciting. The way they make their money, because their opponents are very exciting. They got a big following.
Has been rocked by Mike Tyson's announcement of a $350 million lawsuit against Jake Paul, coupled with a chilling declaration of personal vendetta. This explosive development follows the abrupt cancellation of their highly anticipated fight, leaving fans in shock and disbelief. The feud between the legendary Tyson and the brash YouTube star turned boxer Jake Paul has escalated to unprecedented heights, drawing intense scrutiny and speculation from the global sports community. The journey to this point has been a rollercoaster of hype and controversy. Jake Paul, known for his audacious personality and knack for self-promotion, had managed to secure a potential bout with Mike Tyson, one of the most feared and respected figures in boxing history. The prospect of this fight captivated audiences, promising a clash of generations and styles that would be nothing short of spectacular. However, as negotiations progressed, tensions began to surface, fueled by Paul's relentless trash talk and provocative antics. The situation took a dramatic twist when Jake Paul announced the cancellation of the fight, citing concerns over his health and safety. This move, seen by many as a strategic retreat, infuriated Tyson. Jake Paul is all talk and no action, Tyson fumed in a recent interview. He barks loud, but has no bite. Cancelling the fight shows his true colors. He's afraid, and now he's going to pay the price for disrespecting me and wasting everyone's time. Adding fuel to the fire, Tyson announced a $350 million lawsuit against Paul for defamation and emotional distress. The lawsuit claims that Paul's reckless behavior and defamatory statements have caused significant harm to Tyson's reputation and personal well-being. This isn't just about money, Tyson clarified. It's about principle. Jake Paul thinks he can say and do whatever he wants without consequences. He needs to learn that actions have repercussions. Tyson's anger didn't stop with the lawsuit. In a shocking declaration, he expressed a desire to settle the score personally. "I want to get him in the ring, not just to fight, but to teach him a lesson," Tyson.
Who would train me better, Jake or you, Mike?
Me, definitely me.
Older fighters have more heart and balls and weren't afraid, but I think the newer fighters have more skill and technique and are sharper. So that's why I'd be a better coach.
Yeah, tight shit. So you think he has bigger balls? Who do you think's got a higher body count? What's your body count, Jake? What's your body count?
No.
Where's this kid's mother?
Yeah.
Jake, you think yours is higher?
Said, "If we ever meet face to face again, it won't be pretty. I've faced real fighters, real challenges. Jake Paul is a joke, and I'm going to make sure he knows it." Jake Paul, unshaken by the legal and physical threats, responded with his trademark bravado. "Mike Tyson can sue me all he wants," Paul retorted in a social media post. "He's just trying to scare me because he knows I'm in his head. I'm not backing down. If he wants to fight, I'll be ready. But he needs to understand that this is the new era of boxing, and he's not the king anymore." The fallout from this explosive clash has been immense. Boxing experts and fans are divided, with some criticizing Paul for his reckless behavior and others defending him as a master promoter. "This is beyond boxing," remarked veteran analyst Teddy Atlas. "This is a personal war. Tyson is angry, and rightly so. Paul has pushed all the wrong buttons, and now he has to deal with the consequences. The potential ramifications of Tyson's lawsuit are significant. If successful, it could set a precedent for how boxers and promoters handle public statements and promotional tactics. This is about setting boundaries," Tyson's attorney explained. "Jake Paul has crossed the line too many times. This lawsuit is about protecting our client's dignity and reputation." As the boxing world watches with bated breath, the tension between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul continues to escalate. The lawsuit, combined with Tyson's ominous threats, has turned what was once a sporting spectacle into a high-stakes drama. Fans are left to wonder if Paul will face Tyson in the ring or the courtroom first, and what the ultimate outcome of this fierce and personal battle will be. One one thing is certain. The saga of Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul is far from over. This unfolding drama promises more twists and turns, ensuring that the world will be watching every move these two make. Whether it ends in a legal victory, a knockout punch, or both, the legacy of this feud will be remembered as one of the most intense and controversial chapters in boxing history.
It's a wet dream connoisseur, bro. That shit is weird.
Obviously, that's not gonna happen, but it's fun to like think like a kid for a little bit.
No, 100%. But I think that tool and keeping that imagination super young is like definitely one of my best assets that I know, because I can snap into that immediately. And when you truly like have that imagination and think that anything's possible, that like ties into manifesting and dreams and also like happiness. Like, why were we happy as kids? It's because we didn't have judgment on ourselves or as others. You could just run around the playground and scream and yell. Bro, that's why you hear me going around the fucking house making noises all day long.
Be barking and like,
that's my new thing, is the seal.
Every day.